Happy coming new year. Christmas is over. Everybody drop in the comments, did you have an amazing Christmas? I just feel like I just crossed the finish line of a bajillion mile marathon. I think it might have been a bit much to do a bridal shower and host Christmas, but it is over and I just feel so accomplished. So I'm here in Arizona today. Have grandkids just waking up. Gonna try to make today short so I can go spend a little time with them before I have the company Zoom happening here in an hour. But I wanted to just touch base with all of you today on how you plan to rise in 2025. So grab a notebook. We're going to do a quick exercise. And I think it's really important before the new year comes and you end 2024 to really analyze, what did I say I was going to do last year? And how close to those goals did I get? What is better? What did I learn? How did I grow? Because some people just stay still, right? Like still stuck in the same job, stuck in the same house, stuck in the same income bracket, stuck in the same debt. Like 2025 needs to be a time where you say, I'm literally going to rise up from all this in my relationships, in my physical health, in my savings account, in my career goals, my relationships, all the things. So 3 questions I want you to write down today. And this is really big. What do you want to be? Have you ever really thought, like, who do I want to be? What do I want to be? How do I want to be? Because if you don't know who you want to be, you'll continue to just fall into a rut with all the people around you, the environment that you end up in. I mean, you become like the people you hang around. And so you will be the average of your 5 closest friends. And when Dave and I learned that, we were like, we might need to get a few new friends. I loved my friends, but I didn't want to be the average of that. And so who do you want to be? Because when that tide rises, all the boats float. And you've got to be in a room where the tide is rising, a community that's pushing you, pulling you, helping you to grow, to be better. Because if you want to be something, you're going to be the result of the environment and the people that you are around. So who do you want to be? And the next question is, how are you going to be that? I want to be a better mom. I want to be a better wife. I want to be a better leader. I want to be a better CEO. I want to be a better Christian. I want to be a better trainer. Like if that's what I want to be, then what do I need to do? And so I got out my planner on the flight here. I was supposed to land late last night, which would have been a lot different scenario, but our little granddaughter was so sick and I just jumped a flight yesterday morning and got here as fast as I could. And on the flight, my phone was dead because I left in a hurry. My tank was on E. I barely made it to the airport. They were boarding when I showed up. And I mean, the good news is I made it, but I felt so rushed and scattered and manic and like I didn't have a specific plan that I was following. I was just like flying by the seat of my pants. And I think a lot of people go through their whole life feeling like I felt yesterday morning. I love having a plan and sticking to a plan and working the plan because the plan works when you work it. So if you know what you want to be, what do you need to do? So I know that I need to wake up every day and I need to do the things, go on the walk, read the book, listen to the podcast, work on my dream board, vision board. That's what we're going to do this next week. We are going to do a virtual vision board workshop and it's going to be amazing. Sorry, it's so loud here. It's definitely different than being in the country. Although I am at a beautiful resort. Christmas at the Princess. I don't know if you've ever heard of it before, but you should Google it. Every family here was literally like something out of a Hallmark movie, like ice skating and hot chocolate and lights. And we got here kind of late. I had a Zoom with the double platinums in our company last night until about 7. And by the time we got here, I had a lot of things accomplished, but hanging out at the Princess all day wasn't one of them. So we got on our ice skates and we got some hot chocolate and we went and did the best with what we could. And this is what you've got to do every single day. You've got to think, who do I want to be? Even though I was working and busy and pressured and doing all the things, I know at the end of the day who I want to be. I want to be the best grandma. I want to be the most amazing mom. I want to be an incredible leader. So in order to be an incredible leader, I had to do the Zoom. And in order to be this fun, loving grandma, right after the Zoom, I was like, let's get the ice skates. Let's get the hot chocolate. So what I needed to do was to compartmentalize everything else in my life and say, who am I? What do I want to be? What do I need to do? Guys, you got to do this every single day. Because if you don't, you won't have the discipline to pivot, to keep rolling with the punches. You'll just want to go lay down, be exhausted, be overwhelmed, be sad, be mad, be complaining. You've got to really design your life in 2025, how you're going to rise up in all of these areas. And for me, it takes personal development. Without personal development, I would have cratered yesterday. So who do I want to be? What do I want to do? And what do I want to have? The be, the do, the have. It's 3 different categories. And I made myself some notes today because it's really important that you have your core values lined out so you are in alignment with what you want to do. The indecision is the worst decision that you can have. Indecision literally will keep you trapped, sad, mad, resentful, all the things. Make a decision that in 2025, you're going to experience more power, more purpose, more, I'm going to create joy and love and laughter, prosperity, better health. Think of all the categories that you want to improve in and say to yourself, in order to be this, and in order to have that, what do I need to do? What do I need to do? Now, I want to tell you guys something. Saying what you need to do and doing what you need to do is 2 completely different things. So I have a planner that I use every single day. And the reason why you've got to have it written down, you've got to build belief in yourself that you can actually be this person, that you can actually do these things, and you can actually have that. So whatever you write down, I want you to take a minute and say, in 2025, I am committed to be. And I want you to write down all the things you're committed to be. And then the next step would be, in order to be this, I am going to do, and I want you to say, in 2025, I am going to do, and write down all of these things. And evaluate, if you would be that, and you would do those things, what would you have? What would you have? And would it be worth it? Is it in alignment with the person that you truly want to be? And it's very important that you build belief. You stack beliefs that this can actually happen. And here's how you stack beliefs. You do what you said you were going to do. Because the longer you don't do what you said you were going to do, the longer it's going to be before you will ever be, do, or have any of the things that you dream of. So I know that in order to be the person that I want to be, I have to work hard on myself. And I know that in order to have the things I desire at the end of this lifetime, I've got to do the dang thing every single day. And it's hard. There's days I don't feel like doing it. There's days I just want to go say, I'm taking today off and I'm just going to go chill. And I just want to go sit on my boat or lay in my bed or watch my show. I don't know if I've ever said I want to watch my show, but you're not going to do any of this until you know your life's purpose and your life's goals. And sometimes when you're young, it's hard to really know your life's goals. But I will tell you, if you were writing it as if it was somebody talking about you and the life that you lived, you would probably take action a lot sooner. You would probably take action a lot sooner because we will normally do things for other people that we love before we will do them for ourselves. So I think about my grandkids. One of Lola is laying in there fast asleep. Jet just got up. He's growing like a weed. I'm like, dude, we need to go get you some new pants. You're getting tall. You're a grown little man right now. And we were just laughing and we were talking about what we could do. And if you knew money was no object, let's just play with this for a minute. If you knew that money was no object, what would you do differently today? Because that's the 2025 that we need to design. And if you knew that you could not fail, what business moves would you make today? Because we have to move into 2025 very boldly, saying, this is who I'm going to be. This is what I'm going to do. That is what I'm going to have. And I know that if I do the right things long enough consistently, I'm going to have these things. But I don't believe it because I fear that I will fail. And that's where we got to stack the beliefs. So what happens is when you take a little bit of action, it creates some confidence. And when you get a little bit of confidence, you do more activity. And when you do a little more activity, it creates the results. And as you get those results, they stack success. So the wheel goes like this. I do some activity, it creates some confidence. I get some results. Then I have the success, which creates more confidence, which makes me do more activity. And the wheel just gets going and going and going. But what happens when we set the goals at the beginning of every year and we know what we want, but we have no idea who we want to be, and we don't know what to do to get there, then we never have what we want at the end of the year. So I could do a whole day-long workshop on this. Here's what I'm going to tell you. Belief is the dream killer. Belief is what stops the wheel. So here's how you're going to build belief. If you believe you can, you probably can. If you believe you can't, you're 100% right. No matter what you believe, you are right. Because our thoughts is what creates the energy that attracts the opportunity, the prospect, the real estate, the business venture. That belief that something good is going to happen is what gets the whole wheel rolling. And if you're still with me on this, let me ask you a really deep question. Why is it that you don't believe? What happened in your life that you don't believe that this could happen for you? Because beliefs are just things that are in our head based on things that have happened in the past. You've adopted these beliefs based on something someone said to you or did to you or something that happened. Maybe you failed. And if you take a minute to look back on them, they weren't really ever failures. They were probably just things that happened that were bumps in the road to help you have wisdom, to connect you to the right people. I remember one time Joel Osteen talking about being in a huge tax lawsuit. And he met this attorney because of this horrible tax lawsuit. And that attorney was the one that introduced him to the person that knew about the arena where he has his church today. And he said, thank God for the tax lawsuit, or I wouldn't have met the attorney who wouldn't have led me to the realtor and the property and the arena and the mega church, right? Love him or hate him, that's a great story. If you look at all the things, the ups and downs that have happened, sometimes they chip away at our belief and make us think that we can't do something, but they were actually there for a set you up for a comeback, not a setback. There was really never anything bad about it. It was our belief that made it so. So, since the time that you took your very first breath, I don't know how old you guys are, but my husband is going to have a birthday this week. And we were talking about it and we were like, dang, we don't feel that old. But you reached out to your mom. You leaned on a coach. You had a teacher. Then you fell in love with your spouse. Like, you've always had someone in your life that either built you up to have more belief or they tore you down. And you either gained feelings of comfort or certainty, confidence, pride, like something happened to you that helped you to believe because of that instance. And there's other times where your brain went the opposite way. Maybe as a young child, you were told you're never going to amount to anything, or why would you do something stupid like that? Or you're just too slow. You're always late. you're stupid, all the things. The most important belief that we all have to have is that we are worthy of the success that we desire. We can never be and do and have our goals, our dreams, any of our aspirations if we constantly feel unworthy. So, what I want to do is just give you a little shot in the arm that says you are worthy. You are a child of the Most High God. He wants you to be and do and have everything that you ever dreamt of. For goodness sakes, He created it, not for the birds, like for you. And He wants to bless you just like you want to bless your own child or grandchild. Like, God loves you like that. And He doesn't want you to suffer and struggle and be in pain and sadness and remorse and guilt and shame and blame and addiction and depression. I mean, all I can say to you is, in order for you to have and do the things that you really want, you've got to change your mind right now. Change your mind that you are worthy, that you will do it, that you will have it, and that you can be anything you ever dreamt of. So with that said, I hope you guys will tune in next week. I will be having a vision board training. You really got to get clear on these 3 questions. I'm sorry, room services in there. You really got to get clear on these 3 questions. What do you want to be? What do you want to do? And what do you want to have? And then on the sheet of paper, every single day at the end of my planner, it says, what did I learn? How did I move forward? What am I grateful for? What was the lesson? Because if you're not staying accountable to someone, you're going to fall short and you're not going to rise in 2025. So we're going to be on an amazing journey together. If you don't have the planner, you should grab it. Jetty's bringing me a cup of coffee. You're bringing me a cup of coffee. Good morning, Jet. You want to say hi to everyone? Come on, they want to see your bedhead. You're so cute. Say good morning. This is my oldest grandson, Jetty. We're going to have a fun day today, aren't we? You're so tired. Tell them what you did last night.
I skated.
I skated, and it was amazing, wasn't it? Yes. You brought me coffee. How sweet is that? I was trying to end it early because I thought you needed me to sign for room service.
I signed it.
You signed it because you're so big now. They let you do that. Can you hand me that planner? Let's see. Hang on 1 second, guys. I'm going to show you what I use. So if you don't know about the productivity planner, this is a great way to start your 2025. And it is on pitcockmarketing.com. But this productivity planner, yesterday, I mapped out my whole next 90 days. Actually, I have 4 of these going. So the first thing it asks you is what your goals are for this quarter. So you don't have to make it through the whole year, right? Let's just talk about the next 90 days. And then you can shut that. And then you have to map out 50 things that you want to accomplish in this lifetime. And you guys, that's hard. I'm good at this, and I only got to 13 out of 50, but I will get to 50 before the weekend is over, right? It makes you dream bigger. It makes you get a bigger vision for what you want to do. But the be and the do and the have, it makes you write out. It feels so good to have accomplished my goals. I love that I am here. I love that I can do. I love that I can have. I mean, you've got to write it out. I love that I woke up this morning to coffee with my little grandson and my granddaughter is laying in there in bed. I love that my husband is able to go do the hobbies that he loves at the lake or on our 22 acres at home. I am so happy that my family is healthy and moving forward. Like when I wrote yesterday on the plane, I will tell you, I wrote, I love that our company is steady at X amount of dollars a month. It feels so good to see people growing and flourishing. I love giving to our mission and making impact, waking up every day on the water, looking out at the boat makes me feel amazing. My kids are all happy in relationships and healthy and solid and sober. Yes, honey.
Are any of these sugar?
Yeah, the brown ones. That's real sugar. It's a bougie hotel, so their sugar looks different. Are any of these sugar, he says. What will it take for you to accomplish this? That's the question. Once you write down what you want to feel, you have to put what you would have to do to accomplish this. So some of mine were surrendering all the things with everyone else and just focusing on what I can do, because you can't control everyone else around you. Taking care of me first, then everybody else. That's a big one. I wrote down communication. Communication is so key. Some people just suffer in silence and they never communicate their feelings. You've got to communicate. And the other thing that I wrote down was being live more in my pages, in my groups, because in order for me to accomplish my goals, the mission, the things that I want to do, I have to be present. I have to be louder. I have to be everywhere, every day, in a text, in an email, on a page, on a live. And sometimes it's easy to make excuses because I just want to go be never lazy. That's my biggest pet peeve in the world is people that just want to be lazy, but sometimes I'm lax, right? So I had to write down, what will it take for me to accomplish this? Now, I love this planner because it keeps me on track. Who is the person that could help mentor you to accomplish these goals? Okay. Who can mentor me to accomplish these goals? I wrote down 4 people that I thought could move me forward in my spiritual goals, in my business goals, in my personal goals, and also in an area that I haven't ever been, right? And so ask yourself, who do you know that you really admire? And could you just take them to coffee, buy them coffee, ask them questions? There's a lady in our town. She's one of the wealthiest women in town. She owns a tremendous amount of land and oil. She's never done what I do, but she does do real estate. And I saw her the other day when I had my daughter Brooklyn at the doctor. And I said, Nancy, I never got to take you to lunch. And she said, oh, I've had a stroke. I don't get much further than the bedroom to the couch. And I said, perfect, I'll bring you lunch. And she was so excited. And I thought to myself, what would it be like just to pick her brain? And I put it on my list because it's easy, guys. In life, things have a tendency to not happen. But one conversation could give you this aha moment that could open the door to make huge difference. She might be the one person that could help me start my nonprofit mission in a bigger way than anyone else. And I guarantee you, she could write a check for $1 million and never flinch. If you don't ask, you won't get. And there's so much resources all around us. There's plenty of money, plenty of time, plenty of people. We don't ask. We don't ask. And we need to, but we don't ask because we don't believe in ourselves. We don't believe that we're worthy. I'm here to tell you, you are worthy. So who are the people that can mentor you to accomplish these goals? Make a list of people and call them and ask them, I would love to pick your brain. Would you mentor me? The next question is, are you reading? Are you listening to audiobooks? What are you doing right now to actually learn? That's a good question. What should you be reading? What should you be listening to? How could you learn more to improve your skills? And what can you do this year to move you closer? This is the question. What could you do this year to move you closer to being the person that you could be? Read more, worry less, spend more time with Dave, dream build more often, and put myself first. You know, it's not easy, especially not when you're a mom or a grandma or a wife or a sister or a daughter. You want to do all the things. But here's what I have always said. Begin with the end in mind. See your name in the lights. See yourself rise in 2025. And absolutely know at the end of this year, this is what I'm going to be. This is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to have. And lastly, keep focused on that dream every single day, because when the promise is clear, the price is easy. When the promise is faded, you're like, I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know if I want to go to the gym today. I don't really feel like reading. I could just watch a show. I don't know if I want to make the phone call. I don't know if I want to go to the seminar. Guys, 2025 is your year. Absolutely. And you will rise in 2025, but you got to know what you want to be, or you're never going to do, and you're never going to have everything that God created you to do, be, and have. Get clear on it. I'm going to do a workshop next week on a vision board that you can put in your house, in your car, on your phone, everywhere, that you're going to see every single day. But you got to focus. You got to focus. You got to starve your distractions. You got to feed your focus. And you got to know this: there will always be chaos. There will always be a reason not to do it. There will always be things where people are suffering and struggling. That is life. That is how it's going to be. And in order for things to get better, you got to get better. Say bye, Jetty. Peekaboo. What a fun day. You guys have an amazing kickoff to the new year. I'll see you next Saturday on No Guts, No Story. I hope you do the workbook. I hope you grab the planner. You can grab it at pickupmarketing.com or any of my teammates in Frequence. It's right there on frequence.com. This is my guide to having the most amazing year every year in 90-day increments. That's why I wrote the planner, and there's so much more in there I didn't even share with you. But you guys have an amazing day. I'll see you next Saturday on No Guts, No Story. Happy New Year.